MaxspeedTV presents you here for tonight, ACOG iRacing Series kicking off the season here at Daytona International Speedway on the road course for the Endurance Series. Round number 1 out of 6 going to be taking place for 60 minutes as we present to you here live on MaxspeedTV. My name is EZECKIEL Reyes.
I'm Matthew Xander alongside here.
And it should be a fun one to get set for round number 1 of this season. And man, Matthew, well, here we are. It's been a while since both of us has been in the booth. I mean, the last time we were in the booth officially together on a MaxspeedTV was during the Endurance Series when iScar ran that. So now here back again at Daytona. Do you expect anything different of what we saw that last time we were here at Daytona?
Well, you know, it's first of all, it's been a while, I think, man. We've had one new car that's been added to iRacing for, well, not one new car, but we've had the BMW M4 GT3 added to iRacing, which I thought was gonna be here because I think it's actually quite decent at this track. But unfortunately, we've seen, well, as far as I've seen, I haven't seen that car out here yet. So hopefully people know what's quick around here. I think the field is going to be very, very tight. We don't have a lot of the let's just say field stompers that we had in iScar before, like Brody Gardner and all those guys. So it's gonna be wide open. A lot of chances to win here tonight, and hope they give it all. They get all they got. You know, it's 60 minutes, not a long time, so you're gonna be pushing the whole way through.
Yep, that is right. 1 hour of racing getting set to go here at Daytona. I mean, 5 minutes left in practice as of right now. All your drivers going to be displayed to the left of your screen. Going to be scrolling through 3 classes. We're going to be displayed here. Delara P217, I mean 217, which is actually the LMP2, the GTE class, and of course the GT3 class, which is fairly small, but regardless, still going to have to highlight it through this one. But yeah, 5 minutes of practice remaining. Everybody just, you know, trying to set their feet and see what they could change last second, because this is an open set series.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be a big talking point throughout this whole 6-race season. You see Eduardo Munez here, Ryan Kendrick in the 3-car GT series. That'll be interesting to see how that shakes up throughout the season. They'll pick up more or maybe even less cars for that series, for that class, I should say. Yeah, it is open setups. I've seen some people scrambling to find some setups here, and some people have been working on it for the whole session. So they'll have to see how it goes for quali here.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, some of these people didn't even realize it was open set, so they're just scrambling around, jumping website to website, just getting themselves situated and such. So should be interesting to see on how it'll all go. But for right now, all eyes on, you know, all these other drivers to get themselves set for this 1 hour session. And you know how hectic it was that first Daytona race at this very racetrack. There was like 50 guys flying into turn number 1, and half of this field didn't survive through. So
turn one is arguably one of the most treacherous corners, not only on this track, but in all of endurance racing. So I don't know. You have to just take it smooth. You gotta be so careful. You gotta look in. You gotta look in every direction, man. You gotta look in your mirrors. You gotta look beside you. You gotta look everywhere, cause man, 3 wide in there. I've seen it and hasn't gone well, and it's crazy. I expect a lot of fireworks going to turn 1.
Yeah.
Hopefully not too many. We want some cars to finish the race, right?
Yeah, that's right, and hopefully everybody keeps themselves out on the racetrack and on track. We do run a faster pair here for tonight, so just in case if one of these drivers do end up in an incident, they could go ahead and easily work themselves on a pit road and get that repaired ASAP and get themselves back out. So, yeah, man, I'm excited. I have barely any input because, of course, this is one of the very few times you get to see endurance racing here on MaxspeedTV, mainly an oval live stream, but cool to see some sports cars roam around here, especially in like different classes and such. You got the LMP2 class, the GTE, and the GT3s. So if they all, you know, each one of those classes are going to have to be wary of each other, and everybody on track right now has to race their own respective ways and keep themselves steady for this whole entire hour.
Yeah, multi-class racing is a very different type of racing compared to stock racing. You have other classes out on the track. You gotta know how to manage traffic, especially if you're in the LMP2 class, usually LMP1 class, but or DPI class. But iRacing has no DPI currently. Hopefully they go in the future. But yeah, the LMP2 class gonna have to learn how to manage traffic really quickly here, adapt to every situation, and those back marker cars, you know, those GTEs and GT3s, they're gonna have to give the room, you know, like it's gonna be tough. You gotta know when to get out of the way, because you see the bus stop here. If you don't give any room going in here, you got it both going into the wall. So
that's right. You
gotta know when to get out of the way as efficiently as possible, so you can continue your battle with someone else.
Yeah, that's right. That's I totally 100% agree on you with that. As we were left with just about 30 seconds in practice remaining. If you're not just joining us here for tonight, ACOG 1 hour Daytona about to go underway. 18 drivers going to hit the racetrack and work themselves around this very, very long racetrack, 3.81 miles around Daytona. Typically 2.5 of what we see on the oval, but here wide and open. My goodness, look at all that racing surface in that infield. Just adds a bunch more passing opportunities, especially coming into turn number 2. You see a couple of drivers work themselves through there right now. Should be fun to see on how everybody will set themselves up through this event as we get the checkered flag for the session. So that will signal ourselves to step over to the side, play the national anthem. There's more to come here on MaxspeedTV. Stay tuned as we continue on. But rise up and remove your hats as we salute our nation's colors. Welcome everybody back here live for the ACOG iRacing Series Endurance Race. We're round number 1 out of 6. About to go green here in just a moment. And currently drivers taking their fastest 2 laps around the racetrack. We'll go ahead and pull up standings here on the left-hand side of the screen as drivers work themselves around this about 4-mile racetrack. There's one of your new cars that we were talking about. That's Connor Brandon in
The
that.
Corvette C8R, yep.
Yeah, that's a beautiful looking car.
Yeah, critically and crucially, the Corvette wanted to go to a mid-engine design, so it's gonna feel more like your Ferrari or something out there, or your Porsche from last year. So it's gonna see that out here. Also, very different sound than the V8 Rumble we heard last year.
That's right. Connor Brannon coming from, I think, I don't know what class he ran last season, but here he is running GTE. And Hart's here in this 024, running for Proximity Racing. He actually won in this very class last season. He was your GT3 champion in the ISCAR Endurance Series. So here's Hart yet again back on the racetrack in his Proximity Mercedes, working himself through 3 and 4. About to work himself into 3 and 4 on the oval side, but you know, it's the bus stop.
NASCAR 3 and 4, yeah. Going over what would be the tunnel now, almost right about now-ish.
Yep.
There, I believe there's 2 tunnels at Daytona. There's one tunnel turn 4-ish, and I think there's one in turn 1, but I could be wrong.
I think you're right.
That didn't look too fast, did it? Gonna go through the chicane here, in and out. Coming down into the international hairpin here.
This is one of the corners that we were talking about. One of the greater passing zones as Joe Berge works himself to the top of the board on the LMP2 side. And McDowell qualifies himself in 3rd, but there's still some drivers working themselves on the racetrack. I mean, we still have 5 minutes left in this.
Lots of time.
Yeah, lots of time here, so.
You see that Nebula eSports LMP2 car. Here's that Aston Martin kind of cursed images.
I know. What the heck?
Cursed images. Aston Martin Corvette C8R here.
Being ran by Tommy
he's
Reynolds.
Currently first. Yeah, he got first on the board, so good lap by him. One thing drivers gonna have to note: there is no sun anymore. In I think it's turn 4, turn 2, or one of those turns. There used to be sun there, so there's no sun anymore blocking your line of sight. Gonna have to get used to that as well. Probably will alleviate some of the pressure that drivers were dealing with in practice here. Here's Jackson Menchu coming down. Gonna go on back onto the NASCAR circuit here. He's gonna get back on the power. Gonna get mighty close to the wall and try and get down to the yellow line.
He doesn't even have a lap.
Or he's
trying to warm up his tires, maybe. I mean, you still have like 2 minutes. So, I mean, 4 minutes.
It looks like he's gonna abort this lap. Yeah.
Cade
That was a flying lap for a second there. There's one of the Lauerzov. Looks like the Iron Rock car. Yeah, I was about to say that's Cade McKee. It's like he's gonna get back on. He has lots of time to get a lap in, anyways.
Yeah, he does. I mean, sorta. It takes about 1:30 or 1:40, I'd say, for Cade to get around. I mean, he can, but I mean, it's gonna be hard. This is Cade's only chance right here. He needs to get himself out on the racetrack and cross that start-finish line.
Yeah, I think he can get around. I think he'll be fine because remember, if you pass the start-finish line, there's like 10 seconds left. You can go around again, right? So.
No, as soon as time ends, that's it. The session moves on.
Oh, really? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I remember in R Factor 2 or in different leagues, you still have a bit of time to go around as long as you get past the finish line. So I guess that's different here. They're always gonna be really careful about that. We are on a road course, of course, so being on a circuit like this, you need to get all the time and all the speed you can and extract it from a lap.
Jackson Menchu in the 040 and working himself into the other side of the infield.
Yeah, he's in the Alex Albon DTM car. I'm still mad about DTM going to GT3s and ditching their kind of Super GT-esque kind of hybrid monster machines. that they used to run. But good scheme nonetheless. You see, he's doing what I thought he was going to do the last time we tuned in on him. He's holding the yellow line. Now he's going to go up to the wall. He's going to look for his marker on the right hand side. Yeah, right about now. Make sure he clips. He clips both curbs. He's going to ride the yellow on both sides of the bus stop. Now go right back down to the yellow line, and this should be a good lap.
And we'll see where it takes him. This 040 works himself off of turn number 4 of the oval. Work himself to the start-finish line. Typically, if you're a NASCAR viewer, you'd see a chicane off of that 4th corner. Not here. Just straight forward to the start-finish line, which means that it's going to be a draft fest off that bus stop all the way to that start-finish line. So it should be interesting to see on how it'll go for those drivers out on the racetrack. As Menchie logs himself into 3rd.
Mind you, that is 3rd, but 2 seconds and 7/10 off of Tommy Reynolds, which is a lot of time.
Yeah, that is a lot of time.
That is a heck of a lot of time. Harry Grindle, way closer though. 8/10 now in second. In that I would say ancient BMW M8 doesn't run anymore in real life.
Yeah, of course, this number 70 of Grindle, he's running for KMZ in this portion.
Yeah, Team Kamikaze back. It's good to see them back. Of course, we love to see the 02 car, right? Still has the old iScar config. Remember we were laughing about that before the race. Yeah, I love the scheme. I love the car. Unfortunately, it doesn't run anymore in real life. Yeah. But we do have the new BMW M4 GT3, which I do love. So you see, he's gonna also look for his market here. Get close up to the wall. Close, can hit that curb. Can hit that curb. Look for one more. Ooh. And one more. Oh, almost into the grass a little bit. That's not what you want. He's on limit right now. He wants to get as much as he can out of that race car, trying to get pole here. As this is gonna be his last lap, so it looks like it's fair play on how much he was pushing in the bus stop. Let's see what it's gonna be. Gonna go into the apron to get as much as he can. And
not faster that time.
It looks like it's not enough. Tommy Reynolds on pole for GTE. Cade McKee, remember he had that spin earlier. Yeah. He's gonna be your pole sitter for LMP2.
Yeah, that's right. Cade McKee, I mean, coming in clutch that last minute. He worked himself to the top of the board. How about that for him as we get ourselves set for this grid. Everybody gridding themselves up. And yeah, oh my goodness. So we'll go ahead and pull up our grid here on the bottom of the screen. Cade McKee in that number 26 starts row number 1 alongside that number 83, Joe Berge.
Cole Williams and Nick Miller in row 2 here.
Row number 3 going to be Justin Johnson and Andy McDowell in that number 20.
You see, now we go to GTE's Tommy Reynolds on pole here. Harry Grindle beside.
Connor Brannon and Jackson Menchie going to round out the top 10. This order is going to be a bit scrambled because some of the GT3s are mixed up with GT3s and such because some people decided not to take a lap, but that doesn't mean they're going to be starting there in that specific spot. There will be a bit of shuffling, such as, for example, you see Hartz, even though he qualified himself in 11th spot, he is all the way around back in, I mean, he qualified himself, looks like,
yeah, he qualified in like 11th, but because he's in that, he's GT3, he's back there still.
Yeah,
so.
That's right.
Just how it works in endurance. Here, looks like pace car are gonna start rolling a bit here.
Yep, that's right. We'll get a close-up in on the weather as a few drivers are going to be starting themselves on the pits. to get themselves out of harm's way and not cause any first lap chaos, but here we go. Track conditions here on the bottom right. Track temp around 78 degrees, air temp around 75, 0% humidity. So no fog of what we saw of our first race here at Daytona, but a pretty gusty wind going southeast at about 10 miles per hour, and partly cloudy skies to set ourselves up here with this race. Track facts here on the left-hand side of the screen: 3.81 miles around this racetrack, 11 turns, and of course on the road course configuration as well. No points, I mean, as of right now to be displayed, but of course we're gonna score them here for this first one, so here we go.
Points gonna be given, yeah, for sure. So very surprised on Joe Berge on the outside here.
And of course, you see right behind all these other drivers just splitting themselves and getting themselves set as this pace car scoots itself onto pit road. 1 hour of racing, getting set to go green. We're up and away here at Daytona.
It looks like a very, very smooth and calm start from Caden McKee. Here we go down into turn 1.
It's 1 hour of racing, y'all. Keep it smooth and stay intelligent as he goes side by side for that second spot. It's Berge and Cole Williams.
LMP2, very smooth, very smooth. Well, when I say that, see LMP2 in the background there. He went off the track. He got back on. Oh, he's off again. That's the 29.
Eduardo Munoz Jr. off the racetrack. He gets out of harm's way, and everybody keeps himself straight. Also a bit of trouble there for Colton Zimmer off of that start. They work themselves into this corner, and Cade McKee's already pulled himself. Looks like a half a second lead over Joe Berge, but of course we're only 10. Looks like 1 minute into this race as Berge real sideways off the corner.
Yeah, turn 6 now. NASCAR turn 2, I believe. Yeah, coming into turn 3 here. He's gonna get the slipstream. The Nebula Esports car. Here we go. Where is he gonna go? Gonna go to the inside here. He thought about it.
I thought about it. I mean, again, it's just only lap number 1, but already some big fanning out here as you got to pass right behind. Justin Johnson works himself around Andy McDowell.
Nice move.
That was
very
smooth.
Clean. Nice move. No problems at all. Gonna need more of that throughout the night. Looks like Harry Grindle got the better of Tommy Reynolds during the race start there. We got side by side between the 95. I believe that's Nick Mill. No, that's Parker White. Excuse me. Passing Jackson Menchu here, and Alex Albon DTM 488 here. Down into turn 1. And you see Kate McKee in the international, the Rodriguez international hairpin. We're gonna go through this sequence of corners here, down into the west end of the hairpin now.
Some notable names who didn't start the race. Looks like Derek Wynn did not start, as well as Connor Brandon, who was one of our GTE runners. Did not start the race. We'll see if they can get themselves back on the racetrack and make something off of it, but they are not on the racetrack as of right now, so that's pretty unfortunate. But lots of traffic to be made with this GTE class. Look at these 4 drivers all lined up nose to tail.
Parker White seemed to have made a move on Tommy Reynolds also. Looks like they're all gonna get a good run out of turn 6 on the NASCAR turn 2 here. Back into the oval. Gonna get the power down to yellow line. Gonna all be in the slipstream here.
Kenneth Bueno in that 5th GTE, not really a part of this battle as they work themselves coming into the bus stop. Some shuffling being made, and it's Harry trying to fend off the 95.
I don't think anybody's thinking about passing right now, especially into the bus stop. Oh, as I say that, the GT3 is going at it. Corey Hart's getting passed here by Sartaj Mon. That looked like a very nice and clean move. Corey blinking the lights, maybe mad that he's making a move that early into the race. Look at this here. Parker White out of the outside around Harry Grindle. Looks like Tommy Reynolds is gonna follow him through. No, he thinks better of it. But that is a nice move by Parker White early on into this race.
I mean, Parker looks like he has a lot of straightaway speed under that Porsche machine, and he's able to pull on straightaways. And he worked himself by Menchie really fast, especially coming into ovals 1 and 2. So Parker has a lot of straight line speed, but of course you're compensating straight line speed. I mean, you're compensating out for corner speed, but he's beating all these drivers off of corners. So we'll see if Parker could maybe, or we'll see if Harry or Tommy could maybe come up with another strategy or some sort of way. As the 7 goes around, and that is not what you want to do. And
synchronized spinning.
I think it's also Kenneth going around.
Yeah, it looks like he just kind of followed him in there.
And right in front of these GT3s.
Corey Hartz is mad.
Yeah, I mean, this is also going to become a bit of an upset to this 49 of Sertage. I mean, Kenneth is running where Sertage needs to be on that bottom. So, of course, Kenneth being the faster car, he's going to slide himself in line as the cutback by Corey Hartz to the inside.
Corey Hartz must be furious right now. I'd be really furious. Kenneth he just doesn't know what to do.
He overshot the corner.
To do out on the racetrack. Remember, this is what I was talking about earlier. There are so many classes of cars out on track. You gotta know where to set yourself up on the racetrack to get into these corners. Now he's lost so much time. He is way behind the rest of the field.
Yeah, and Colton Zimmer in the 09 has passed him, and that's the last position as we got a car around. That's a 20 of Andy McDowell. Yeah, he's around in turn number 1.
Yeah, we got a spinner here. It looks like the GTEs are going to catch up to him for a split second there. He's going to get back up to speed here. Or not.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Very slow.
Yeah, he's really slow. Menchie just about ran him over through that corner, but McDowell currently running 6th out of the 7 LMP2s out on the racetrack. So some more tabs to be updated here. We got a battle for 3rd heating up between Cole Williams and Nick Miller. Miller in that number 19 machine. We'll get an onboard shot of him as he works himself through turns now 3 and 4 of the oval. Look at that banking.
That looks, I've been up there in real life, and I couldn't believe it the first time I was up there myself. Here we go, six gear here. Look how fast he's gaining on the Nebula eSports car. Where is he gonna go? Looks like he's not close enough here to get him moved in, but look who is. Look, the Nebula eSports car on the outside of Joe Berge's machine. You can have a look here, but nothing.
Oh, and Miller peeked his nose to the inside. He might be getting himself there, set up for 3rd, but looks like Cole with a run off the corner. Joe came out of basically nowhere into that frame, so I'm wondering if he had some sort of an issue. But now we got 3 cars battling for the 2nd spot, but Cole overshoots the corner.
Berge and Cole look to be feeling the pressure here. Oh man, Nick's feeling the pressure too. Look how squirrely he was out of the corner, getting into turn 6 here. Wow, look at this battle here. Tommy Reynolds. Look at the move by Jackson Menchie. Made that look easy on Tommy into the left and right chicane here.
I don't think Menchie has a good setup under that machine, but he's holding off Tommy for right now. And you also have to put into factor that number 20 of Andy McDowell is sort of playing a factor into this.
Andy McDowell is so slow, and he needs to pick it up here. He's holding up the GTEs here in these corners. Looks like Jackson Menchie going to go defensive, but this is going to give him a bad exit here out of turn 6. Doesn't seem to affect him too much, but might affect him coming. Oh, look at how close Tommy Reynolds gets to the back of the. Oh, wow! I almost thought he was going to run into him there, but wow, that was a close shave, man. Andy McDowell very slow on the apron.
Yeah, he's probably moving himself out of these way for these GT3s, but the closest battle right now again is for these LMP2s is for the 2nd spot. Is Berge. You also got Cole Williams, Miller up in that mix as well.
This is gonna be fun to watch, man.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody from I'd say 12th on back is sort of on an island on their own, but of course we got to scroll to these GT3s. They're close for the lead as well, and Corey H. Hartz, who is the fastest person in practice, he's caught up to this number 49. So we got a battle heating up here for these GT3s. And here comes Hearts. You mentioned that slipstream. Here he comes.
He's putting his life. Where are they gonna go? Looks like gonna go the inside. Sartaj is gonna force. I wouldn't even say he gave him room. He kind of just forced himself down there. Corey charged it.
That's when McDowell is sort of eyeing this battle, trying to find a way around them both. But of course, Andy, way out of contention right now. But I mean, there's all sorts of traffic within this battle. Andy wants to peek down low, but you know, you don't want to interfere with that battle right in front of you.
No, he doesn't, and realizes that he's slower in a higher class car, and that must feel really bad right now, I think. Especially in the position that he's in, almost a minute. Yeah, he is a minute behind the leader here. As here our leaders going on into turn 1 here. Joe Berge, very extreme inside line. Very civil through turn 1 this time into the chicane.
We're only 10 minutes into the race, and oh, Cole Williams, big overshoot right there, and that's going to be super costly for him. And where's Justin Johnson? He too is spun out.
Yeah, big lockups by these guys. I think all these guys, you know what I think was happening? I think they're all just feeling the pressure, man. They want to go fast so bad. You want to have an easy rest of the race here, because you know you only got 60 minutes here. It's only an hour. You know, you don't have that much time, so they want to get as far up and away from the other drivers, and I don't know, they're pushing a bit too hard right now. Here's Andy McDowell. He's finally getting past the GT3s.
And you see here Hearts in this 024. I mean, there's so much of a bubble being put by those GT3s that they just all kept together, and Corey and Sartaj are going to be just about landlocked with each other unless one of these drivers makes a mistake. And you stay there. Hearts went a bit wide through 1, and now here comes Sartaj back again, but got a GTE right behind it. Kenneth Bueno sort of eyeing this battle as well, trying to maybe pass these drivers and get themselves set. The only other driver that isn't in this GT3 battle is Ryan Kendrick, who's 10 seconds back after a bit of a, looks like, setup mishandling on that machine. But right now I'd say everybody's keeping it safe and smooth for the time being, and the only real hiccups we've had is with of course the 29 of Eduardo Munoz Jr. going a bit wide, and
we've had a couple spinners as well, right?
Yeah, so, that's right. So it's been fairly calm compared to what that first race, as well as the fog as well. So yeah. I think the fog last year played into that, but luckily we're under normal circumstances, and this edition of the endurance series this year in this race, rebrand as ACOG, looks like Berge is starting to pull away just a bit from Miller here. Now 2 seconds ahead of Miller and the Nebula Esports car. The LMP2 car, I'm blanking on who that is. It's Cole Williams. Yeah, Berge is starting to pull away here. Looks like he's gonna start getting to a rhythm here. He's not under pressure, so that I think will help him. I mean, you know who else isn't under pressure right now? That number 26 of Cade McKee. Look how far he's pulled out. 10 seconds away to Berge.
Yeah, this is what you call. This race is called being in the zone, man. You're out on your own. It's like you're doing qualifying laps out here. You know, you're feeling yourself. You're getting to the zone. Here comes some traffic up though. So it looks like I spoke too soon, but hopefully you can navigate through this traffic with no hassle. It'll be fairly easy around here. It looks like there's gonna be a pass here, or at least Ken thought about it.
Yeah, here comes the 26 at Cade. Oh! Looks, Sartaj was trying to out-track the corner and nearly squeezed the 26. He finally finds himself back in line, but that's the worst way you could catch lap traffic, is within, like, the groove. And here you go, Cade. He's looking in, looking out. All 3 classes grouped up together off of Oval 2.
They gotta know he's coming, man. They gotta know he's coming. I think Cade K gotta blink his lights. You know, to make sure they know that he's coming. 3 classes of car looking at on your screen right now. The LMP2 GT3 and the EO Media BMW of Kenneth Breno here.
On board with
We're
Kenneth.
on board with him.
Of course,
Yeah,
that
I
secondary
think he would-
screen you see there in the middle of your middle of the cockpit. Yeah, that's one of the rear view mirror features. I mean, it's not really a mirror; it's actually a whole digital dash by
How
itself.
much money you think we're gonna see that in a stock car soon, huh?
I think
You
they're
know?
actually adding it on the next gen. I'm not really sure. As Hart's big overshoot right there. Kenneth had that sort of check up because of it. So Hart's gonna lose a bit of time here, even though there's like a 1.5-ish second lead. Big hiccup there by the number 024, as you know, Kenneth is not letting go of that 024. Sort of in line with them, but you know, you don't want to interfere with that battle. But speaking of interfering with battles, here comes one of the LMP2s. He's going to attract on to Sertage. Sertage is going to have to let him low on the low side, and that's going to lose him a bit of time to that leader. And look at these guys. They are everywhere right now. Looking left, looking right, trying to track their mirrors. Where are these drivers going to go? Oh, nearly some contact there with Kenneth Bueno, and I think that's Nick Miller. No, that's Andy McDowell, actually. And man, that's the last thing you want to see. Andy has to check up there as one of the LMP2s went by. There's a battle within all this traffic. It's between the 19 and 42. Nick Miller and Cole Williams all working themselves around. But in the meantime of that, for this GTE battle, Parker White, I mean, he's pulled himself by 10 seconds over Harry Grindle in that number 70. Trying to reconnect back to Matthew Alexander for right now, but looks like he's dropped out. So we'll try to get it back into the booth here in just a moment. But regardless, 15 drivers now on the racetrack. We started with 18. We're trying to get Matthew Alexander back in the booth and such like that. But look at this traffic. GTEs and GT3s mixing it up as Kenneth still not letting go of this battle. Luckily not in the groove into this small portion, this small left-hander. Sertage is also looking back at this. Sertage wants to look inside of Kenneth. Can't really get the corner down, but Kenneth too has to sort of watch in his mirror because he has Jackson Menchu up in there as well. Now Kenneth peaking low. These are 2 cars in 2 separate classes, and it seems as though Kenneth is going to push another class, that GT3 class of Corey Chart. So sort of a slight mix-up with all these GT3s and these unset-up GTEs. Harry Grindle running second in the GTEs. He gets lapped. Still running second regardless. He has 3 seconds back to Tommy Reynolds, who spun out earlier. Oh, we got an issue. Oh, big problems here. Looks like Jackson Menchu's car is destroyed. McDowell, unhappy with him, runs into him. Holy cow. There must have been a bit of miscommunication or something. But Andy McDowell.
Oh, man.
Big problems here. We'll have to get a replay of what happened. Andy Menchu's going to have to use a fast repair. But man, we'll have to see on how these two collided. And oh, that was more than a collision. That was a whole entire wreck. Oh man, Menchu going up and over. Not really sure what happened there.
Man, I come back and this is the first thing I see. That's crazy.
Yeah, both of those cars are going to be done
looks like Eddie
for, so...
McDowell. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
And he towing it out left. Gonna have to use a fast repair. Menchu out of the race, so that waters it down to 14 drivers left in this one. Still a long ways to go. This event is Kenneth Bueno is now lurked behind these GT3s. Got Parker White, Harry Grindle, and Tommy Reynolds, top 3 of these GTEs. I mean, for Reynolds, I think he has the setup to definitely make something happen off of Harry, but gonna have to make up 5 seconds somehow, the difference, and we're now a third of the way through the race.
Yeah, that is so unfortunate for Jackson Menchu. I think he wanted some differences. He wanted something different to happen here, man. It's fortunate to have your night ended like that immediately, especially from a slower LMP2 car.
That's right. Kendrick going a bit wide as one of those cars gets a bit sideways. That's Kenneth Bueno, the 054, running 5th in his class out of, I think, 7 or 8 drivers. There's Sertage. He's trying to chase after Corey H. Hart's that machine. So these GTEs, I mean these GT3s, they're still close in proximity with each other. No pun intended. I know Corey on a proximity racing. And you also have to note, Joe Berge has cut that gap down now to 8.8 seconds to Cade McKee's 10 seconds that was previously. So gotta keep an eye on that number 83. What kind of strategy that number 83 could pull off if he's gonna be faster than that number 26. There's Cade working himself into the bus stop. 9.7 seconds is the gap between himself and Berge. It's fluctuated a lot between 8 and 10 seconds. And you see here the fight for third is going to heat up between the 19 and the 42. Cole Williams, Nick Miller, they're going to go at it. And you see here the fight for third place is going to exchange as Cole Williams worked himself around that number 19 of Miller. That's for third. Keeping themselves steady. For right now. But all eyes on this number 26 of Cade McKee. He's now pulled himself by 10 seconds. And the gap between first and second on the GTE side has expanded now to, looks like 18 seconds. But we do have a battle heating up here for the second spot. Tommy Reynolds has closed the gap between himself and Harry. So, battle here for second heating up. You see the 7 there on your screen. Trying to make up ground on that number 70 of Grindle. And you see Harry trying to break the draft there of that number 7. Kenneth Bueno in the 054, he's on pit road. I'm not sure if this is scheduled or not, but he is on pit road, so we'll see on where he shuffles in and out. Currently running 5th out of the 6 drivers who started this GTE field. Sertage, not sure if he was thinking about going on pit road, but this battle for the GT3s still rages forward. It's Hartz and Mon going at it. Mon trying to close the gap, but they breaking into the corner. They both go. Still nose to tail with each other. Still stout and steady. They have 20 seconds over Ryan Kendrick in that 076. Trying to get Matthew Alexander back into the booth here in just a moment. As here we go, battle here for the 2nd spot. It's Reynolds looking up high into the bus stop. Can he make the pass happen? Looks like it's not going to happen. Harry late on the brakes there to beat that number 7 through the bus stop. But as I said, that 7 has a bunch of straight line speed. You'll see it here coming through the corner. Not sure if this slipstream is going to play a big factor. Looks like it is. And here comes Reynolds. Both weaving in and out of each other as Reynolds works himself down to the low side. Easy slingshot to the inside of the tri-oval. And to 2nd place goes Tommy Reynolds. We'll see if Harry can bite him back. Coming into the corner. What a crossover! Harry back into 2nd.
What a crazy move. I just got back in time to see that one.
And Harry gets to keep 2nd spot because of it. Reynolds has to be shaking his head. But that was beautiful there. Speaking of people who are still in the midst of a battle, Miller a bit sideways through the corner right there. Lose a bit of time on Cole Williams, so Miller lurks back just a slight bit for right now, but I mean, Parker White, he's on an island of his own as we have pit stops up and away. 33 minutes left in this race, and here's Hartz and Amon both on pit road. So Ryan Kendrick in this lone GT3 is gonna overtake these 2 drivers just for the moment, but both of them come off at the same time, and you see there, looks like Sertage Mon is gonna beat Corey H. Hartz off of pit road. So the fight for the lead brews up not only out on the racetrack but on pit road itself. And you see right there, you gotta be slow through the exit of the pit road, and they keep themselves still locked onto each other.
Yeah, the pit chicane. Coming down into the hairpin here. Looks like it's been close between those 2 the entire race, man.
Oh, Justin Johnson in the 33 looks like had to tow it. Not really sure what happened, and into the tire barriers goes that number 33. Probably gonna have to get a fast repair and get that repaired, but we'll see if he works himself out on the racetrack.
A bit too ambitious into the bus stop there. I think that was always gonna happen.
So that locks Cole Williams and Miller there for a top 4 for sure.
Yeah,
more pit stops right here.
Yeah, those top 4 have been close. Yeah, we got some more cars down pit road here. We got the 09 Has Parker White pit yet?
Looks like no. So Colton Zimmer, one of the
No,
first
alright,
GTEs in.
Yeah, so he'll be down soon. Look at you're looking at your bottom of the bar here, the bottom of your screen for pit stop time. Here comes in the last GT3, I believe, to come in. That's Ryan Kendrick.
Kendrick on in. Slowly on in, just running third safely as of right now. And you see right here, this battle between these GT3s has been wild. They've been close this whole entire race. Sertaj Mon and Corey Charts have not let go of each other. Even 30 minutes in. And you see right behind Parker White. This 95 is scooting himself up into the mix. We'll have to see how it all goes, but all eyes are on this 26 and 83. Cade McKee, Joe Berge. Here comes Cade. And super tight onto pit road.
Looks really, that was really close there, man. And Joe Berge is gonna momentarily take the lead unless he comes down pit road here.
Looks like he does. I think all these, this whole entire
Berge's
LMP
down pit
crew.
road. Yep, they all saw Cade calm down, and they're gonna bite with him. So here you go. Now it's all down to the stops. What kind of strategy would you be playing here? I would imagine it would be very similar. I think someone just overshot almost. That looked like almost someone overshot their stall there. Almost. Nebula Esports car, but he got in cleanly. They're all in. Cade, obviously, will be off first.
And we wait for the others. Of course, there's a bit of delay because the times of when they entered pit road. Update on the 70 of Harry Grindle. He also joined in on pit road as, oh, the 7 is off big time. That's Tommy Reynolds, who was running in that second battle. So Tommy off again. He's going to lose some time to Harry because of it.
He's going to lose a ton of time, even though Harry's all the way back there. Here's Parker White. That's what I'm looking for. He is down pit road right now. See the bar at the bottom of your screen. And there you go. He is finally away.
Of course, fuel
Gonna
only.
make his way down pit road.
No surprise to see fuel only in that 95.
He's gonna make his way down the access road, the very unique access road to the Daytona International Speedway. Road course, of course. There you go. He passes the cones. He's gonna go full throttle down here through the chicane and into the hairpin.
Tell you what, this LMP2 battle for second, it's heating up. Cole Williams has closed the gap between himself and Berge. You see right there, I mean, he's not far off, and Miller isn't off far either, as he catches one of the GTEs, Colton Zimmer. Zimmer a bit damaged off of that exchange, unfortunately, as Ryan Kendrick works himself down onto pit road again.
Or he's still down pit road.
Yeah, I
or
think
is that a second time?
This might be a second time down pit road. Well, I'll have to see what happened to Kendrick, but yeah, just back on the pit road yet again. We'll have to get an update on that.
It's like Berge's gonna lap some or get past some slower class cars into turn one here.
Halfway through the race now. And the only battle we see here is for this GT3 position as Cole Williams gets in the midst of this battle. It has to be a bit frustrating to Sertaj because he was in the groove. Sertaj had to move out of the way, but look how much time he lost.
Lots of time lost here. These guys are gonna have to be careful getting through the GT3. So your GT3 is gonna have to give them some room. That was a bit close between the 19 and 24, was it?
Yeah, that's right. And you see here, Corey moves himself right to let that car through.
Good job by Corey.
That's the 19 and Miller.
getting him through. Yeah. I think Nick really wants to get on the podium here, but he's gonna have to do some work to do it here. The Nebula Esports car has been good all night, so, and those three have been so close this whole race, Berge, Williams, and Miller, so I expect a fight towards the end here.
Yep, that's alright. As see here, Berge trying to pull away from Williams, and then number 42. Lots of time to go here. 25 minutes left in the race, but in terms of class wins, man, Parker White is gone. 26 seconds ahead of Tommy Reynolds in that number 7. It seems as though Tommy didn't lose as much time as I thought, because Harry is still in 3rd, and he's a long ways back. He had a long pit stop, actually. This number 70 did.
Looks like pit stops looks like pit stops kind of shuffled everything back even more than it should have.
Yeah.
Maybe some pit stop mishaps. Look at a little bit of wiggle coming out of the west hairpin there, and into turn 6 here, and back onto NASCAR turn 2.
Yeah.
Turn 2, 3.
But I mean, look at the pit stop time. Harry had a 47-second pit stop, but Tommy only had a 19-second pit stop. And even though Tommy spun during that initial green flag cycle, Tommy still stays himself ahead of that 70 by over 24 seconds.
Yeah. You think he might have got tires though?
I'm not really sure. I'm not sure why Harry would get tires, but I think that might have been a miscommunication there between the 70 and the crew chief, but we'll have to get an update on that as we continue on with the race. Big implications here as Hartz is back on pit road through again, and
maybe something happened.
Yeah, Sertaj
something's gotta happen there. Yeah, Sertaj is now way out ahead in the lead now, and if things were to continue like this, you can call Sertaj the winner of GT3.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why Hartz had to work himself back on the pit road, but I don't know if it has to be 2 stops for these GT3s. We'll just have to see, though. I mean, Hartz had a very lengthy stop on in, and I'm not really sure if that was like a black flag or something like that. It might have been. We'll just have to see. But I don't see these incident points. I mean, these incident points, they're very low on both these drivers, so it's not something incident related.
Yeah, you see back on Cade McKee here, way out on ahead. He's just cruising to victory at the moment as well. Here's Nick Miller down for some reason. That might be some faulty stuff here. Maybe he's in there for a while too. That might be damage, man.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, Miller, he too was running up and no, he came down in.
Yeah,
so
he's taking tires.
Very interesting as Miller slaps on 4 goodies and, you know, up and away he goes. So that means that'll secure Williams in 3rd, because I know Williams and Miller were fairly close. But speaking of close, Berge has really slipped up these past few laps, and here comes Cole.
Wow, he's so slow. Look how slow he is. It's gonna be close in the turn 1 here. We got another car down pit road. Look how close it is. You're gonna go through the chicane. And let's see if he's within striking distance. Not yet.
Hartz just went a lap down, so Sertaj gonna go around him for this spot. I'm very curious what is happening on Corey H. Hart's side of things, but this thing is not looking well for that 024, who's leading the majority of that GT3 field.
Something is, yeah, something is up. We're seeing these guys go down too many times, like way more than they should have. So something's maybe driver error or something. But they definitely should not be down this much. Look look at your screen right now, you see Bergie holding off the Nebula Esports car, Cole Williams, for another lap. Let's see how long he'll be able to. He will have slipstream all the way down here. NASCAR 3 and 4. Let's see how Bergie's defense goes.
Cole, he nearly slipped up off the bus stop. He had a wiggle there just for a moment, but the slipstream is playing a huge effect. Look at the run that number 42 is going to get. He's going to peek to the high side, and can he get the corner down in?
Yeah, man, look how close.
Oh,
look
so
how close it would be. He thinks better of it. I think next lap, we might see a pass between these two drivers. The 42 knows he's there. He knows that he can make the move now. Just looking for the perfect timing for when. Looks like there's some lap traffic up ahead as well.
We'll have to see though. Yeah, lap traffic is Sertage. I mean, not Sertage, but you are right. It's Kendrick.
Yeah, he's gonna get out of the way. Very good job by him. And another slipstream segment for the 42 there. There's Nick Miller running around there. 42 is gonna have another slipstream. Not as close this time to get the slipstream though, but I think he is better coming out of the bus stop here. Brady's been a bit squirrely in the bus stop all night. So let's see here. Yeah, look at. Yeah. He did get closer, but not by much. But he will be in slipstream again. I don't think it's enough for a move again, though. He's gonna need a bit of a better lap. He needs to be right by his bumper out of turn 4 for a pass here. He's too far back.
Oh man, this GTE is gonna play a factor. GTE has to get out of the way. That's Tommy Reynolds who's running second in that GTE class, and
it's really close.
Oh man, Bergie had to go left really hard.
Block him almost. Yeah, Tommy Reynolds, good job in getting out of the way. It's still so close between these guys. Yeah,
you saw the difference there. As Corey H. Hartz is back on pit road again. Not really sure what's going on. So Kendrick has taken over second place. But
I have no clue,
zooming back to this battle, I mean, you saw the difference in lines they took through that international horseshoe. One of those drivers took it deeper than the other, and Bergie, obviously a different line than what was traditionally ran. And you see they're there yet again. Bergie way wide, but it allows him to corner through. It allows him to corner faster, and it's allowed him to pull away on straightaways, especially with, like, you know, these long straightaways and such. Carrying all that momentum onto the straightaways is all what it really takes to pull yourself ahead. So the important corners is, of course, one of these, the bus stop, as well as coming on to the oval itself, which I think is turn number 6 or 7. But
yeah, very crucial turns on this racetrack. Also turn 1, but I don't think we're gonna see the pass there yet. It'll really stem from how these guys are getting out of the corners and how their exits are through the corners you just mentioned. You see the 42, he's closer, but he's gonna lose time. If you know what, it seems the more we get onto the road course section, like the slower he is, kind of, especially in this first part of the road course section here.
Yeah, that's right.
Bergie's kind of starting to pull a bit, but we'll see how it is when they come onto the NASCAR circuit here on this last part of the circuit with the bus stop. This is where I think the 42 is better. Here we go, Bergie squarely coming out of that turn there, and he's going to be in the slipstream. You might see the pass on this lap.
Bergie goes really wide.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's wanting to get him. Oh, he cuts him off coming into the bus stop. Looks back up, coming in.
He goes. Oh, it's so tight. Into the bus stop. And together. Looks like he's going to keep it together, but look how close the 42 is this time by. he'll have immense slipstream here.
That blinking's gonna cost him up a bit, but Cole's there. He looks up high.
Here we go. Where's he gonna go?
Who's gonna outbreak coming into one? And
here we go.
Oh, looks like Bergie he kept the position for now.
Bergie barely got back in front of him. Cole is smart. He knows just how far he needs to be able to make the pass, and he saw that he wasn't. So he's gonna stay behind for another lap. Very close racing moves between these two drivers here at Daytona. 15 minutes almost.
Update on Nick Miller, the number 19, out of the race. Looks like a bit of an issue there, and he's disconnected. So Colton Zimmer as well in the 09, disconnection for him. So we're left with just 8 drivers currently out on the racetrack. But even though there's only 8 drivers out on the racetrack, there's still battlings going throughout the race. Of course, between this number 83 and 42.
Cade McKee complete dominance out here tonight in this Iron Rock Motorsports car. I think he'll be very, very happy with this win here. I don't think, unless something dramatic happens in this next 14 minutes up until we get to the finish line. But I think he could be very happy with his performance thus far this season. Hopefully he can keep it up in the next round of the championship. Let me go back to the Bergie, the Joe Bergie and Cole Williams fight here for a second. It looks like Williams was not as close as he was the previous time around. Zeke, what do you think the 42 needs to get by this 83 here in these closing laps?
He needs traffic to play his way. I mean, not only that, I mean, the slipstreams is definitely helping him. So I think if Cole could get a good launch off of the infield and, of course, off of the bus stop as well, I think he'll have a shot. But right now, he's sort of stalling in line. And not only that, Bergie has to make a mistake. He has to make a bit of a mistake off of those corners.
Yeah.
But as of right now, I mean, Bergie, he's doing a fine job of keeping himself straight and forward for right now. But he's running a very different line of what Cole is. Bergie's using way more racetrack than what Cole is, especially off the exit of the road course. Allows him to carry some speed through, and you see here, this is perfect for this 83.
I see here. Yeah. You know what I see here? I see practice. I think Bergie might know something we as commentators right now don't. I think he doesn't know. I think he knows something that Cole Williams, as a driver right now, he doesn't know either, because he is getting some good runs. He has some good pace, and he's staying in front of the 42 Nebel Esports car of Cole Williams. And here's Iron Rock Motorsports, Cade McKee here. He's just pulling, man. He's just cruising at this point.
Yeah, he could just cruise. I mean, unless he makes a big mistake within these
You're just talking about traffic. You're just talking about traffic here. The held up Bergie a little bit here is gonna mess up his line a little bit.
Yeah, and here comes Cole back in the mix.
Yeah, and here comes Cole.
Parker was in the way of that number 42.
Yeah, with his exit, they're gonna mess up the 42's exit a bit. But look how close Cole is now compared to a lap ago. But can he capitalize on this? We've seen how close Cole can get time and time again. We've had like 3 or 4 chances here, but he hasn't been able to make the pass. And look how much Bergie pulls, man. Coming out of the road course section in the first part of the circuit. Coming at the backstretch here. Here's another lap car here. Let's see how much it will affect these 2 drivers.
Oh, it's definitely gonna hold Bergie.
Oh, it's tight. Look at how much he can get held up by the 45.
He's gonna pass him.
Oh, he's gonna pass it out on the outside. What a move! What a move!
Oh, that has to be so frustrating for that number 83. Sir Tajman was just at a bad angle there through the bus stop.
Bergie must be furious. He got held up completely by that back marker. And here he's going side by side. Bergie's gonna pass it back. Look how fast he is.
Oh, and you see You Cole just shoved it into the corner. He's wanting to make it as much as.
Turn one.
Oh, they're so close. They're just about dooring there.
Almost door banging. Almost door banging here. We got some racing here. And he's closing left.
Bergie slipped up.
How close? Almost to the back of Joe Bergie here. Look how close this battle is for a second. Here in the LMP2 class, how close will Cole be?
Whoa, he slipped up big time. Oh, that's a
Wow.
big overshoot by both of those drivers, actually. But, I mean, Cole lost the most off of that exchange.
Yeah, loss of traction coming out the west end. Hairpin there. Oh, man, he is pushing it too hard. I think he got too over enthusiastic. He got by him, and he just thought that this could be it. That was his chance to get by him, and he just, I don't know, he got too happy there.
Was that it for that number 42 of Cole Williams? Has the steam finally run out, and has Bergie finally pulled himself ahead enough to finally cool himself down in case of that 42 coming back?
2 seconds ahead now. He might be. I don't think that'll be enough for Slipstream now. If Bergie can log in some clean laps here towards the end, I think Bergie has got the second place locked up.
All that battling has extended this 26's lead to 20 seconds. Cade McKee has been on an absolute tear through this whole entire hour. Man worked himself from the GTE class.
Last 30 minutes have been so hectic. Yeah, last 30 minutes have been so hectic with these pit stops playing into effect into the race. But there has been one constant this whole entire race tonight, and that is K McKee and his dominance. He has not let anything phase him tonight. Stellar drive right now.
So that 31 laps so far, all 31 laps have been ran in the lead by that number 26 as he catches the lap car of the 70 of Harry Grindle.
Yeah, I think Harry Grindle will be. I think he'll be happy with a third place, but I think he knew that he had a car to win tonight. So I think we'll hear from him when this event ends on how he feels about that. But I think he definitely thought that he had a car to win today, as he did lead some laps early on in this race as well. Tommy Reynolds also, especially because he started on the pole here, now 38 seconds back. I think he'll be looking at those spins that he had early on in the race as well, and I think he'll want those back. And be looking back on this one as the race that he could have won also. Parker White, his consistency really helped him through to get into the position where he is right now. Leading this race now in first in the GTE class. The biggest class here, or the second biggest class, I don't know, at 6 or 7. I think it's six cars.
Yep.
But yeah, he's slotting himself in here. Okay, McKee again, just cruising to it here. 7 minutes remaining. Well, almost 7 minutes remaining here in this race. As I said earlier, Bergie, all he had to do was just log in some clean laps and just run his own race, run it like it's qualifying to stay ahead of this 42 car here. It's just elementary now.
Yeah, well, that's alright. Unless Bergie makes a huge mistake between these 7 minutes, it's going to be wraps for that number 83 for a P2, as the Cade is going to cross the start-finish line another time. I'd say we have at least about 5 laps to go in this event, as Cade scoots it a bit wide there through turn 1.
And you know what I say, Zeke? I think we have a winner.
Yeah,
I think
just about.
In every class here. I think the position you see on screen right now is where they're gonna end the race.
Yeah, that's right. Kendrick in this GT3 is on pit road, so that will secure it for Sertaj Mon in that number 49, unless something happens of it But for right now, all eyes are basically on these other drivers, just in case if they make a mistake and such. But for your leaders of Cade McKee, Parker White, and Sertaj Mon, that's about GG, as Sertaj works himself on pit road. Doesn't really matter for him. I mean,
yeah, this is smart by him, because he realizes that there's only six minutes remaining, and Kendrick is down pit road, so he basically wins. He's on pit road right now.
Yeah, that's regardless. So
yeah,
might as well not risk it.
Yeah, might as well not risk doing something stupid. And he brings it on pit road. So Sertaj Mon will be your winner in the GT3 class. We've got 2 more other classes to sort out here, out on the racetrack. But again, it looks like it'll be what you see on screen right now as the finish of this race here.
Yep, 5 minutes remaining as Cade McKee works himself through the first set of corners. It's been fantastic for these whole entire hour. All action happening throughout the racetrack, but it's finally set itself in stone. 5 minutes in, unless Cade, Parker, or Sertaj makes a very, very costly mistake, that will be it for the time being. As you see, Tommy Reynolds in this number 7, currently running second in the GTEs, but unfortunately not really enough to make something of it, as you see the 26 of Cade gonna peek himself down low. Easy pass for that spot.
Yeah, again, I think Tommy Reynolds is gonna be kicking himself for what happened earlier on in this race, with all the spinning that went on earlier, but even before the pit stop. So I think he'll want to clean that up for the next round, and I think we'll see a stronger number 7 C8 Corvette for the next round here in the ACOG Endurance Series.
Definitely. Just have to see on how it'll all go. But in the meantime, with that, 4 minutes of racing left in for tonight, as Cade works himself around your GT3 leader of Sertaj Mon, who's all by himself. Joe Berge and Cole Williams, you see them out there on the screen. That gap has extended about 5 seconds between those 2 drivers. And in the midst of that, we saw Harry Grindle running 3rd. He too has to be kicking himself just a bit after that pit stop exchange, especially when he was within striking distance of that number 7 as well. I mean, 47 seconds was that pit stop. I'm really curious if that was like a penalty.
I just want to say
something else.
Yeah, man, I can't wait to interview him and see what was wrong. See him getting the turn 1 a bit wrong there, getting a bit loose. Lost of traction there, but back underway. I really want to hear from him on what was the problem, because we could have had a race on our hands for a GTE here if it wasn't for that pit stop or penalty or whatever happened. So yeah, I would love to hear from him on his perspective, what happened tonight.
Eyes to the front on Cade McKee as he works himself around. Still 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in this session. Well, I could easily say it's been way, way calmer what we saw the first round compared to what we saw, the first ever initial race. I mean, it was like crazy from start to finish to see all that calamity.
Yeah.
Especially with like the fog last year and such. I mean, my gosh, you add on some more factors onto that, but this time, way, way calmer and way more smoother.
I mean, I think these guys are these guys don't just race here. I know Berge and some of these guys, they do road. They practice this type of stuff and they love racing it. And I think Berge's practice, really showed tonight. He was able to withstand the likes of Cole Williams in the 42 Nebula Esports LMP2 car, and he was able to fend them off. And I think he can be very happy with that P2 that he secured today. Yeah, just these guys they practice this stuff, you know. So it's good to see that practice really show in tonight's event. Compared to the calamity and the mess that was last year. So yeah, it's good to see a cleaner race this time around.
Currently 1 minute remaining in this session. Double zeros on the minutes now, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be the white flag for Cade McKee, as the time will expire on this very lap. One more lap to go for Cade. Basically, all he has to do is just work himself around cleanly for this whole entire lap, and he'll become
one more lap.
An LMP winner and your overall winner as well.
Through the chicane, he's gonna hug the left side, the inside of the hairpin here. Gonna clip the yellow. Gonna try and clip the curb on the exit also. Heading all the way down here through what we used to call Porsche plots. Not anymore though. And I'm down into the west hairpin here, and gonna shoot himself down through turn 6, 7 for the last time.
Oh, a bit of an overshoot right there. I mean, that just tells you Cade is pushing the car 24/7. So it's not like he's laying back or anything. Cade is pushing this thing.
Yeah, down on NASCAR turn 2. Here. And out of turn 2 on to the back stretch. Gonna get it up as close as you can to the wall. Flick it down. Hit. You want to hit every single curb here, especially on the exit as well. Get that perfect exit. And you see Bergie gonna scoop himself down here, but it looks like there's been no contest for our leader here, Cade, and he's gonna take the win here for the first round.
How about that for Cade McKee, and that number 26, checkered flag to him, and he's your LMP2 winner as well as overall winner. We're gonna have to scroll back through all these other drivers of Parker White and Sertaj Mon. Sertaj works himself down to the back straightaway. GT3, easy for him, because Kendrick and Hart's having some sort of slight issue through that, through that exchange. But regardless, for that number 49, the only GT3 driver out on the racetrack, checkered flag for Sertaj Mon, and he wins it here at Daytona.
An easy win for the BWT team. They're gonna love that one tonight for Sertaj Mon. Here comes one of the lone Porsches in the field. Amazing scheme. I love that Star Spangled USA Porsche scheme. You see the fireworks going off in the background. It looks like Parker White will get a taste of those fireworks in just the moment,
Yeah, just a bit of patriotism there on the back straightaway as he works himself through 3 and 4. All by himself, the gap between himself and Reynolds over 1 lap. That is huge for that number 95 as he works himself off of turn 4. Checkered flag, and for Parker White, a GTE win here at Daytona.
He goes across the line, and it's a win for the Porsche team today. Again, I think the Corvette team for Tommy Reynolds and the BMW squad for Harry Grindle, they're gonna want this one back, man. It was a tough race all the way through, but Parker White ultimately gonna come away with the winning GTE, and overall, Cade McKee is gonna win here at Daytona.
We'll be back to interview your winners here in just a moment. Cade McKee, Parker White, and Sertaj Mon. We'll be right back right after these messages. And we're back here live for the ACOG iRacing series. Going to drag in our winner of tonight's event. Currently, Cade not in the waiting room, so we'll go ahead and drag in our class winner up on in here in just a moment. But man, what a race! That was awesome from start to finish. Any words you want to go ahead and insert with this one?
It was a fun one. I think it was definitely a more tame one, of course, compared to last year. But I think this was a better overall race than last year for sure, man. There was definitely there was still lots of battle. I think that Joe Berge and Cole Williams fight from last year, well, not from last year, from this race is gonna be looked back on for a while as a really good battle, because I think that was really fun to watch. And Parker White's fight with Harry and Tommy was good throughout this whole night. So let's hear from him.
Yeah, but into the bit goes Parker White in that 95, winning the GTE event, winning in that class. Parker, man, you worked yourself from the rear of that GTE field, and that setup under that Porsche had to be really nice. Parker, congratulations. First thoughts.
Yeah, definitely not the most eventful race. I just started starting the back. I was kind of messing with the setup in practice. I don't really know how to set up a GTE car, so I just took my knowledge from oval setups and kind of put that in there. I just kind of played around with the springs, and I kind of found something, so I just decided to try to run that for the race because it felt the fastest and most stable to me. So I started in the back, just took it real easy on lap 1, just didn't get involved in anything. Eventually made my way up to the front. Then I think from there I just started pulling away, and I was just kind of playing around, saving fuel, which actually ended up helping me because it was kind of close on a one stop. So I was able to go one lap later than Harry and Tommy were able to. So that definitely helped me not have to do a two stop and not really have to save any fuel on that second run. So I was able to pit, I think, lap 18. Then from there I just kind of set the pace, and around with 20 minutes to go, I lost rear grip into the horseshoe, the first horseshoe. I was like, all right, well, that's kind of weird. I'm not sure if that had something to do with the things that I did to the setup, because I've never felt that before. Then coming back onto the oval, I did the same thing, but that was just a left-hander. So I was like, all right, that's gonna be a thing now. So I just kept the rear tires cool from there on out, and I didn't really find that an issue the rest of the race. So I was just able to cruise on home to a win.
Yep, but 10 for Parker White in the 95 GTE winner here tonight at Daytona. Congratulations, man. But before we let you go for tonight's event, any sponsor you want to thank?
Yeah, I just gotta thank everyone that came out here to the race. Just EZECKIEL, MaxspeedTV for the broadcast, North Sports Racing, SRD, and Snowman Studios. All
right, but 10 for Parker White in the number 95 rounds himself out up top of the GTE class. Go ahead and see you come to the next race, man.
All right, thank you, Zeke.
And Matt, go ahead and interview out Sir Tajman, winner of GT3s.
Hey, Sartaj, how'd it go, man? Do we got a copy?
Hello.
Yeah, there we go. Sartajman. It was an interesting one for the GT3 class. I think there were some battles, but we might have missed them throughout the race. Of course, there are only 3 of you guys, but how did it look out on track for your end, and how did this win really come?
Well, there was a great battle going on for P1 for like maybe, well, obviously it was until after the first stop, and then when Corey went to come in for a second stop, because like we weren't good to the end on a one stop, obviously. He actually sped, so after that, it was just, easy sailing for me. But if it actually did play out, it would have been a great battle. But yeah, after that, it was just easy sailing to the win.
Yeah. Unfortunately, towards the end there, just not enough cars really to have a big battle towards the end. And as some things happened with Corey Charts there towards the end, and there's nobody left to fight with, so. I believe Ryan Kendrick just kind of came down pit road and and you also did the same, and looks like you were just cruising to the win towards the end there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but anything else you want to report from the race? How did the car feel? Had to make any adjustments out there tonight?
I mean, yeah, I did make some adjustments to our setup before the race, but it was just minor. There wasn't really much I needed to do because it already felt good enough from the last time I raced it. So, I mean, there wasn't much to do really.
All right. Well, congratulations on the win, man. It's been fun to watch all these cars that are around here, and you ended up taking the win.
Yep. Thank you.
Mr. Taj Mon, we'll go ahead and drag in one more person into the booth because Cade McKee in that number 26 is not on the waiting room as of right now. So into the booth goes this number 70 of Harry Grindle, who rounds himself out third. And Harry, got to bring up one thing that I was very intrigued about during that green flag pit stop cycle. It seems as though you and Tommy and yourself got disconnected. Harry, what happened off that exchange?
I decided that taking tires would be the play I wanted to go with. My rear end was really sort of skittish. I was tail sliding out of all sorts of corners. The yellow lights on my dashboard were flicking all over the place in braking zone. So I thought that his tires, if they weren't already gone, they'd give out soon. And it just turned out that I was wrong, and my car was just using them up. So it was a strategy gamble. It didn't quite pay off, but it is what it is. I did what I needed to do to make my car drivable. He was going to be faster either way, really, so it was worth a shot. Ran out of fuel at the end, so in the end, the extra time in pit road didn't even make a difference at all. But overall, I didn't crash the car, I didn't touch anything, so I've never really been the biggest fan of Daytona's road course, so I'm not going to be losing any sleep over it.
Alright, but 10 for Harry Grindle, and that number 70 rounds himself out third in the GTE class. But before we let you go, and your smarts, want to thank you for tonight.
Obviously, Team Kamikaze, repping them. And for the time being, that's about it. I know I've got Team Project logos on my car, but that's not doing much nowadays. Flynn's a bit busy, so just Team Kamikaze for the time being.
Anyway, V, before you let him go, let me just say I told you so on the tires.
Yeah, that's right. Alright, man. We'll go ahead and let you go. Congratulations on your third place, man.
Yeah, cheers.
And that was Harry Grindle in that number 70. And before we let off tonight's event, I want to go ahead and thank off everybody who has participated in this fun race from start to finish. I hope to see more people out coming to the next rounds of this 6-race season. 1 hour Daytona now into the books, and Cade McKee in that number 26, your winner here at Daytona. Matt, before we let off tonight's broadcast, any sponsors want to thank you? I mean, any what you call it? Anything you want to add on before we let go?
Well, I want to know where we're going next week, Zeke. Like we got some fun racing in tonight, man. I want to see where we're going next week. Do you know?
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, I mean, I'm very excited to see on how this whole entire endurance season will go. And hopefully we'll see a bigger field coming to that next round as well. But from the top of the booth here on MaxspeedTV, thank you for watching this live stream with EZECKIEL Reyes and Matthew Alexander. We will see you tomorrow night here at Daytona.